Yo, what's up everybody? So today we've got that exclusive first look of Grid Legends. Now today we just have the story mode, Driven to Glory. We're going to look at the first 45 minutes of that. Again, got to thank EA for the code as well for trusting me with this exclusive content for you guys. So as we go along, I will take my time. I'll show you anything you guys want to look at. And let's get started. I don't want to spend too much time wasting because I know you guys want to take a look at this. So I'm going to bring up my gameplay screen, stop my music, and let the game just load up here. So after I load up the game, I will have to tab out to start my wheel because I will be using my Logitech G923 for all the gameplay. Weird thing is I actually was planning on playing with my controller, but my controller wasn't loaded up or wasn't hooked up. And when I first loaded the game the first time, it jumped right into a scene. My wheel was hooked up, so I started playing with it and it felt great. I did adjust a couple settings, but nothing too major. So I'd say that's the first big thing I noticed from last time to this time is that the wheel support feels a lot better. So here we are. Loading up into the screen. Exclusive first look, guys. You can see some car licenses down there. What up, Frito? So here we are. So I am going to tab out real quick. It is exclusive. All right, I'm going to tab out. I just have to load up my Logitech G Hub stuff here. That is on Logitech, unfortunately. Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's get started. So here's our first story event. Actually, let's jump into the options just so you guys can take a look at that as well. So far, these menus, it says not for capture, but I've been approved to do this. These are not finalized or anything, but you can see with I can calibrate my steering wheel. Let's go to edit device. So there is some force feedback, some good settings here, which I think were not here last time. So they obviously have been working. Now they still gave a disclaimer that all the wheels are not supported, but I can tell you my G923 worked right off the bat, and it recognizes all the numbers, the plus signs, whereas even Forza doesn't do that. I have like button 8, button 1, button 3. Oh yes, good idea. I actually don't know where to move that, but let me know if there's anything that you think is behind me. I'll keep an eye on it, but nothing covered up right now. So I do like the fact that, see, this is the plus button, where on my wheel it actually is the plus button. So it's not like button 7, which I think is really nice. So that works pretty good. We got gameplay settings. All kinds of good stuff. So really Codemasters type stuff, video, we've got all that, but do not want to quit game. So let's start the story. First event, it says here, beginnings with just days to go before the Grid World Series starts. Seneca Racing team principal Marcus Ado has had a tip-off about new talent at an amateur driver showcase event. And you can see our goal there is finish ahead of Mateo Vega. So that's going to be like the other rookie. I don't know that he really comes into play later on, but Mateo Vega is the guy I'm competing against, I suppose. Let's see. If I can't tab out right now. Hold on.
And that's Raven West, Nathan McCain and Laura Carvalho leading the charge here at Strada Alpina. Tanaka spots a gap.
It's all or nothing. Contact!
In a situation like this, all you can do is hope that the drivers are all okay.
It's on?
So that was current day. Who knows what was going on there?
My name is Marcus Ado.
Now we've
I'm
gone
the team
back.
Principal for Seneca Racing. Hey, gorgeous. No. We have that dinner with the board of directors tomorrow. Some people are born into racing. I had to work for it. My parents run a Nigerian restaurant in South London, and for them, success was never about fancy dishes or expensive ingredients. It was about believing in who they hired and always striving to grow. When I got a chance to run my own racing team, I took the same approach.
Morning, Tooth.
Hey, there she is. In case you live under a rock, this is Yume Tanaka, racing legend.
I got a sec to talk about.
So these are actually live captured. So what they did is they filmed this just like they did The Mandalorian. These are video screen sets
Seneca's board to start investing
with
in
live actors.
unknown drivers and to hire him to run the team. He has the maturity of someone twice his age, and that's gained him enormous respect. The only problem is his approach hasn't worked. Last year, his number 2 driver set a record for the most last place finishes in a single season. This year's replacement performed so poorly in pre-season trials that he quit before the first race.
Is it an embarrassment? No. You have to see the bigger picture. Finding a great recipe involves experimentation. Sure, we had a few rough years, but once we succeed, and I really
What up,
believe we're
Tased?
going to, we may well become.
So this is an
the
exclusive
leader.
first look of Grid Legends story mode, Driven to Survive, or Driven to Glory.
Season starts in 3 days. You're down a driver.
Guess I'll have to find a new driver.
So Marcus Ado is super calm, super positive. 3 days to the start of the Grid Legends, or the Grid season, and he doesn't have a driver. His second driver quit. He's had really bad luck with his second driver, and he's had a tip off about an amateur race that's going on, and that's where me, driver 22, is coming in. What's up, Taste? So you can see here our objective, finish ahead of Mateo Vega. So I'll take a look at the tuning. Tuning is pretty similar to F1 as well. You've got your gear ratio, springs, dampers, anti-roll bars, and brake bias. So really that's just F1 stuff kind of condensed down. I won't be messing with this. Smarter people will figure out what's best for this. I will, for a later event, I will adjust something that I'll need. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But these are all the things you can adjust there. And let's get started. You'll see kind of how it works with the... You can see the car models, if you watched my last video, do look, I think, look better. There's not as many glitches with the crowd and all that, but we'll take a look. If I go back to any date, what would I go to? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm actually pretty happy with the current date, but let's see. Maybe
Let's aim to place in front of Vega.
So yeah, so here's Vega right there. That's who we're trying to beat. I'd probably go back to maybe like 1999. Be a nice year. What up, Narf? So Mateo Vega is the one right there. I've got it on hard currently, and I had trouble at first, but I've gotten better at the handling, so this shouldn't be too difficult for me. I actually might need to turn up the difficulty. So you can see the curbs have been reworked too, which I think is great. I'm not spinning out on the curbs like I was last game. And of course, like F1 2021 has issues with curbs. You can actually attack these curbs real well. Nice. Let's try to get some slipstream through here.
Right, let's pick it up. Try to push closer to Vega.
Oh, slammed into him. That's the beauty of a Simcade. 1989. What's the significance? Is that your birthday there? Dude, but if that was the worst thing we had to worry about in 1999, oh man, that's it. All right, so I made a nice move there. Yeah, so you can definitely tell just by the handling too. You can kind of see the way it's shifting around. I really like what they've done, at least with this car. Ah, that's it. Taste, I like it.
Alright, one lap
You
left.
set me up for that
Full
one.
pressure on Vega now.
That was beautiful. Barely got around him. So at this point, it should be a pretty easy finish. I might need to go up one difficulty level here, because I've gotten pretty used to the handling. Now, I will say, all of the events that you'll see today don't have any glitches. They work really well. I've noticed 2 audio glitches that are pretty small. So I don't know if that's indicative of a larger issue, but I will also say that it could be, since these are so curated, that may be why they work so well. And then the audio issues, this may be something they need to work on. But overall, from the last build a month ago, you can definitely see the work they put into it. So this one is an Audi RS. Oh, it'll show here in just a second.
Didn't catch Addo's eye.
This is... You see there, I did beat Mateo Vega, which should get the attention of Marcus Sado. Audi RS 3 LMS. So this was the touring car. There's I think there's 9 different categories with different subcategories in there. And hopefully I can make a video on that soon, but they haven't quite received that. TCR? Okay. All right, so we'll continue. So we did complete our objective there. We finished ahead of Mateo of Vega, and let's see what happens here. Nice. So obviously here's some loading screens, first loading screens that we've seen of the game. Well, I love an Audi, honestly. So there's Raven West. There's that. He's like the jerk. We haven't even met him yet. So here's open wheel racing. We played this in the last build. I don't necessarily like these cars. They're kind of slow, but they're definitely interesting. So they're talking to Marcus Sado now.
Spark of talent I'm looking for, not necessarily the driver out in front. So if I see that spark up there, you better believe I'm picking up the phone and making a call.
Thank you, Marcus. Fantastic to have you here. The drivers are going to have to show real skill if they have dreams of participating in the Grid World Series.
Now that's so just to kind of reiterate there. So Marcus Sado kind of indicates and it might be his downfall. He wants a driver that's a total package, not just that they're good on the track. He wants them to have a spark and have a good personality. So basically right now we've already gained the attention of Marcus Sado. Now we want to impress him. So with that being said, Narf, I could turn those settings to where it would act like that. I've got basically more, what's the word I'm looking for? More arcadey versus sim-cadey. I don't know how sim you can get, but I do have plenty of assist turned on at this point. All right, so this is another kind of amateur semi-pro event.
Hey, you heard that right. Ado is scouting a new
So
driver
we'll look at a
for
different
Seneca.
view here.
This could be your break. You've got nothing to lose. Give it your best shot.
There we go, this one. See if we can't handle this, because these don't have downforce, so they handle a little bit like a go-kart in a way. They feel heavy, and they don't go that quick, but I think the weight is what keeps them on the ground there. Yeah, so, and of course, this is not a real-world car. This is a fictional,
Okay,
in the world of
2
grid
more laps.
car, been around
You're
for a
in a good
while.
position. Try to stick with it.
Oh no, lost it a little bit. I lost the position. Can't get this car into control. No side pods. Formula V, is that right? Kind of look like a banana. Oh no, that guy lost the wheel. So that has not happened. I played through this story 3 times now. I think at least this event I played through 3 times. So these are dynamic. They're not... part of this story is linear. Basically, if you don't complete the objective, it will make you redo it again. But there is dynamic... Ooh, man, that hit hard. What up, Jack Jack? How goes it? And with this story mode, it's about 8 to 10 hours in length, so, you know, obviously much longer than an average movie. And then there is an actual career mode as well that has about 250 events, at least that's what I've been told. And then what we're really going to be looking at is the online systems, because that's what makes or breaks a game. Right on, Jack Jack. Oh, slid through that one. So you can see, generally once I'm able to get ahead of the pack, it's a little bit easier. Alright, so hopefully we impressed Marcus there.
Honestly, I don't think there's any way a doe could ignore your performance today. I've got a feeling you'll be having some very interesting discussions. Congratulations.
What an amazing race we've just seen. Some genuine talent out there down on track.
Alright, so let's take a look here. Should change to a cutscene at this point. Shows me driver 22. I'm a rookie. Beating some pros, which should be... So there's one of those audio glitches. I don't mind. It's not on the VOD. I will be saving this VOD though, but no worries. So you can kind of see too. So what I've noticed here is that the progression, I believe, carries over between the career mode and the story mode. So you've got your driver level, which is your overall driver level, and then you've also got levels in each individual category. So you have to level each individual category up to unlock upgrades in each individual category. So if you wanted to do GT cars, open wheel, touring cars, track day cars, stuff like that, you'd have to drive a lot in those cars and win to be able to upgrade those. So that's Team Raven West. They're the, I don't know, the bad guys. Jesus, man.
And Seneca continued to have trouble during testing, with multiple drivers involved in on-track incidents.
No mistakes this time.
Run it again, but with less throttle.
I believe so. I think so, Taste. So this is testing right before the season starting. Test drivers crashing out. And that's Ajit Singh. He's the lead engineer.
I promise.
I'm about to be in there, driver 22. There's the number 1 driver, Yumi Tanaka.
They now look to their new signing, taking on the number 22 to turn around this bad spell.
So now it's announced I have signed with Seneca. So now I get my first test. So Ajit's in my ear.
Drivers and I still need help with the setup, so give me a few laps and please bring the car back intact.
So basically at this point, they're trying to dial in setups. We're at Crescent Valley track. It's really just a time trial, complete 3 laps. He's going to give me some tips going around the track. And this is the Ginetta G55. I believe it's the GT3, so it's the fictional GT3 car.
Okay, 22. For the first race of the series, we'll need you to keep up with you, mate. So while you're getting data for a Jeep, just get a feel for the car.
So real slippy and slidey. I missed the apex.
If you want to try a corner with a touch of handbrake, I'd like to see you control the slide.
So I thought this was pretty cool. Kind of listen to what he says in my ear here. He'll give me some extra
Let's
advice.
see if we can hit top speed in this section. Great time. Let's see if you can find any more pace.
Way off my line.
Okay, next corner is flat out, but keep it under control.
Oh, barely. There we go. So hopefully I did better on this lap because this is really just a time trial. Yeah, so negative 2.8.
Something's up with the fuel system though. Great work. Ado did say you were good.
There's my... Now I'm going to try to beat this lap, although I don't know that I can. Let's see. There we go. Ahead of it.
This right-hander is great to practice a power slide.
I don't want a power slide. Oh. I messed it up. AI's right on me. Or my ghost. Oh no.
Accidents happen, but in a race scenario, mistakes will cost you places.
So now my lap's been invalidated. I should still be able to pass it just because of the last lap I did was pretty quick. Well, Jack, I know we've talked about this at length too, man. You know my opinion on it, and I definitely regret that all that stuff happens to you. It's unfortunate, man. There we go. So beat that event. Complete 3 laps. So from this point, we have helped them dial in the car, and we should be moving forward to the next season here. You can see we gain earnings, and then they subtract costs as well. And of course, it also depends. I mean, I've noticed too, if I have a race where I wreck a lot, definitely subtracts costs. So that comes out of my paycheck too. Here we go. We'll take a look at the replay mode here as well. So another thing that has been confirmed that wasn't confirmed from my last video was that photo mode has been confirmed. Yeah, Ginetta. It was the Ginetta G55 GT3. Good morning, Samega. How you doing today? How goes it? Here we go.
My mother has this saying, it's the farmer that makes the dish. What that means is you have to adapt to the ingredients on hand. I went to scout one driver, but found another.
That's me.
And I was impressed by our chat, so I made an offer.
Wait, you were impressed by a conversation?
That's right. You see, to me, when a person's capable of greatness, it's not just about performance. It's about them, who they are. Great drivers are like the great in any field. You know, they have an obsession, a hunger. They have a need to be more, to prove what only they know they can be.
That's me going around the track.
Anyone this passionate since I found Yume.
There's Seneca's number 22 on the grid, taking the lead to semi-pro. And as Marcus Ado has gone through all of his reserves, they really are Seneca's last hope.
Absolutely, it's a tough position to be in. If they drop out for any reason, Yumi Tanaka will be racing on her own, and that would spell disaster for Seneca.
Yeah, so like I said in my other video here, basically they think of me as like the bottom of the barrel. You know, you can kind of see the way the commentators are talking about, you know, I came in at the last second. It could be really bad for Seneca if, you know, I wreck out, or basically that's what's been happening. So here's my first race with Seneca. My objective is to finish 10th or higher. And this is the first race we get with the snow. I think it actually looks good, but the way it feels is pretty badass. Yeah, I think it's new. So there's my teammate Yume Tanaka.
As this is your first race, there's no need to push the car to the limit. Just give us a good drive.
So yeah, they're even telling me, just give me a good drive. Just don't wreck the car, please. Nice. Okay. Damn, dude. Cut me off. Gotta be real ginger with the brakes here. In the snow, you can definitely feel everything slipping around. Okay, coming up on my left side. Block him out. So this got two long straights for this track. Oh, we went for the same line. Take a look at this car. Oh, God.
Hey, just stay out of their way. Let things cool
Uh-oh. Pile up here. I gotta catch up. So I'm in 12th, so all I gotta do is finish 10th or higher. So that's another thing. The AI has not made mistakes like that either. So it's very dynamic. Dang it, I should have took the outside. Oh no, almost lost it. Yeah, so it also seems like certain parts of the track, you can see that this is a little bit more snow covered than other parts, and they definitely slide more. And then here they're a little bit cleared off. And I don't know if that's dynamic or if that's just the way it's set up, where certain parts of the track are more slippery than others, or if it'll change.
Last lap, let's push through now.
All right, so we're going to be able to, as long as we don't make a huge mistake, we'll be able to finish 10th or higher. bring home at least some points for Seneca Racing. See if we can't gain another position here on the braking. Sliding around. AI almost lost it there. All right, this long straight slingshot off this guy. And there's our teammate, Yume. Whoa. All right, got it back under control. I did not know why Yume was moving to the right there. Let's see if we can't win this thing. So Valentin Manzi, we haven't met him yet, but he's not a rookie, but he's still fairly young. We'll meet him here shortly. Locking me out. Come on. Can we do it? Man, he's really blocking me out. Does not want me to win. Ah. Should have taken the outside line again. But I think we're coming up to the finish line. Come on. Ah, third. Okay, that was still a good race. I feel it. Oh, man. I kind of did at that one point, and then he did the switchback on me, damn it. All right. We got a podium, though. I think should put Seneca on the board. And I think Yume, if that one person hadn't spun out to block her off, she probably would have been ahead. So yeah, that was a Ford Mustang Mach 1 modified. That's a tuner car is what they list it as. Sometimes the categories are a little odd, but... So you can hear there they were talking. Marcus is obviously pleased with the result there. All right, so let's look at the replay mode real quick before we move on to the next event. So we don't have photo mode just yet. Photo mode will come with the first update at release. So you can kind of see how the lighting looks. Paying attention, I suppose, to the crowd and all that. Really looks pretty good. So let's look at, I forgot how to do the other views. There we go. So you can see it captured my movements pretty well there. Yeah, seems to have done a pretty good job. Not too bad. One thing, and I don't know... Actually, let's go back into this replay. One thing that I think is cool is you can change who you're looking at. So I can look at different drivers. Now, I don't know if this will work online, but this would be a nice feature if they could figure this portion out and then bring it to F1. That would be really cool for league play. So that's another cool thing I thought was definitely helpful. The next one is an elimination round. And this one, let's see, this one's got the Ford Mustang Mach 1 modified was the last one. So the next one is the Ford GT maybe? Yeah, Ford GT. Should be a $60 game, Jack. It releases February 25th, I think.
To win an elimination race, you need to stay out of the danger zone when the timer starts counting down. Because as the title suggests, those in the danger zone when it hits 0 will be eliminated. The timer
Yeah, hopefully it comes to F1.
closest to the back of the pack will find themselves in the danger zone again. Cars
To the
are
notebook.
eliminated until only one
You know I got one beside me.
Drive fast, stay ahead, and if you find yourself in the danger zone, then do everything it takes to get out of it.
So, like he was just explaining, this elimination mode, so every certain amount of seconds, the last 2 people are eliminated. There's other games with this. What features? So, actually, with replay mode, actually being a switch from driver to driver. So, it's something that we want in league play for F1, and they have it in this one. But I don't know if it'll be included. So, Yokohama Docks, I believe, is a returning track. I think this one's pretty nice. Like you can in all other racing games. Correct. So what was just said there is that Seneca, so Marcus Ado has basically said, look, we're the real deal. Let's choose another midfield driver, or really he's not even midfield. Actually, he's starting to lead the pack in this category at least. Team Volts, let's get them. Let's make them our rivals. So right now, our objective, finish 10th or higher. And we start off in the Ford GT, and this is elimination round. So every certain amount of seconds, I'll try to pay attention, the last 2 drivers will be eliminated. So if you make a mistake and it's about to be elimination time, that's it. But this track is super fun. Not a realistic track, but very cool. And I like the way this car handles too. Oh, this is going to be easy. I got my eyes set on Valentin Manzi up there. He's now my rival. And he's the one that's played by Shuti Gatwa. Him and the guy that plays Marcus Ado really make this story because they're actually good actors. Come here, Valentin. This nice little section here, jumping up and off the curbs. Blocking me. I'll let you, so you can see that timer counting down. Now that it counted down, the last 2 were eliminated. Now we're down to 18. Give you guys a look at the car as well. I tried it too aggressive of a pass. There we go. Easy money. Easy money. Seems like some events are easier than others. Now we just have to drive around, not make mistakes while all the eliminations happen. Uh-oh. Too much throttle. Run him into a bus. Valentin, the weird thing is that he's like the rival, but he's like super likable. So there's the other guy from Raven West. His name escapes me because we haven't actually met him. We won't actually meet him in the story just yet. But I do have a video I can play later that'll introduce us to him. This guy, even the actor that plays him, is really good at just coming off as just a jerk, man. Like, you just want to hate him. But Valentin, it's like, I don't know, I hope it's like a fun rival because I kind of want to like him. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it can be weird when you're jumping from off the curb. It'll upset the car a little bit. It's hard to recover from sometimes. Racing Harry Potter. Almost hit that curb. This, I cannot get that portion down. Oh yeah, Ravenclaw. It's actually Raven West. I am saying Raven West, right? I hope I am. Oh no. There we go. So one thing that I like about this as opposed to, because sometimes F1's not even this good, is that I really can feel in my wheel when I lose the traction, which is nice. A lot like Forza. It really does feel like how Forza has the force feedback model. It's just nice that it has native wheel support with the actual buttons, which I think Forza is missing, because that's been, I guess, the worst thing about Forza, because I love Forza a lot. But the wheel support is nice. I think the force feedback feels just as good as this, but it's the buttons. Uh-oh. It's having to guess which button is which, and this one having native support, which whatever shows on my wheel here is what shows in the game. Very cool. What year would that be? I don't remember ever watching one, but that sounds kind of interesting. Okay, good. I did get it right. I couldn't remember. It made me second guess it. 2016? Okay, so yeah, that would have been in my dark years. I did not know that. I'll have to go back and watch some of those. All right, so we've got, what, 20 seconds? Gian Ferrari is the one behind us here. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, he's trying to chase me, man. Here we go. All right. How many years? Did they only do it for 1 year, Narf? That's just weird. Right, man. I'll talk to you in a little bit, Jack Jack. Don't worry. All right, so I think we did a good job there. Obviously, our main goal was to finish 10th or higher, when in reality, we were just trying to show Team Volts that we're here to party. Yeah, I mean, this is a linear story, so it certainly is possible. So we meet our track day. I mean, our objective. This category was track day. The cars. There's the Raven West. I think that's the team principal. We haven't met him yet, but I believe that's who that is. Let's see here. We've caught the attention of Valentine Manzi. So now he's seen us and he's like, oh, this new guy, this other team's coming for us. Now they're focused on us. So now we are also their rival. So we're equally hating each other. And now we meet the #1 Seneca driver.
My name is Yume Tanaka. I've been lead driver with Seneca for 3
That's
years
it.
now, and my goal is to become the first woman ever to win the championship.
Let's talk about your new teammate for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Marcus Addo hiring an unknown?
Look, Addo likes to invest in potential, and that's who we are as a team. But when it comes down to it, the thing that matters is, are you actually good enough? It takes serious talent to race across this many disciplines and events in a single season. Racing teams don't survive on effort or good intentions. We need to win.
Yeah, so she clearly just wants to win. Okay, so this is actually the last event that we'll be able to play through. So basically, yeah, Yume Tanaka doesn't quite agree with Marcus's philosophies, I suppose. She just wants to win, but she's apprehensive about, speaking up, it seems like. All right, so Manzi now. This is our objective. We need to beat Manzi. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to firm up the springs. and the dampers, and we're going to see how that works. Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was going to work. It has to be really good acting, but I don't know if you played through the Breaking Point mode. They're both... I like story modes, so I don't know which one I prefer, but I like that they tried it. And not all the actors are that great. Like I said, the Valentine Manzi, the Shurigatwa, that guy, and then the guy that plays the principal are really good actors, and it makes a huge difference. If there's some other ones that are a little bit more corny, and it, you know, can be off-putting, so it's, you know, it can go both ways for sure. Yeah, it feels natural. Yeah, it's not, they're not trying to put it out there for sure. All right, so I do have to change the view because I got to watch how the car moves around because these suckers are hard to drive. But hopefully with the stiffened springs, we can do well because I will spin this sucker out at some point. You can see generally the jumps are on the racing line. So there's ones that I try to go around every time. And then there's ones that it is better. Shoot. Better to jump them. Yeah, so I'm liking the firmness of the springs. Uh-oh. Knocked all those tires out. Did some damage to my right rear quarter panel. Still quite, I don't know. They're really hard to get this car into control because it really wants to roll on you. It's not quite made for a race like this, I suppose. I'm going to avoid that one. Yeah, dude, we're going to be up to easily win this one. And it was really just because I had that great start. And there's our teammate, Yume. Don't want to wreck her too much. That'd be rude. So I will say I actually had to do this event like 3 times the first time I did it to actually beat. So I will say I'm making it look easy, but I'm just used to the way the car, or how all this handles at this point. So don't think it's that easy. That's it, man. Yep.
Your last lap was a 1:07.1.
Oh, I hate this jump. I knew it. I never go over that jump. Way too hard. This one's nice. Uh-oh. Knock some more tires out there. We're just littering the track, I suppose. So one thing we didn't see any electric cars, which I really liked last time, and I wanted to see how they've worked on that. Yeah, that's a bummer. I wonder how that's gonna play out. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a hard corner right there too. Actually, both these series of corners in this car, the car just wants to roll there. The way the elevation changes. Not that jump. No, sir. I lost it. You see, I've done damage, obviously, with this car. I cut that. There we go. This car, it's mainly superficial for the body. Doesn't need any kind of downforce or ground effects or anything, but it will fall off. if you do enough damage. And I actually have the damage just visual at this point. You can turn that setting up as well. It's a Doom buggy. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a stadium truck. I think that's what it's called. Like a trophy truck, kind of. Then we're going downhill and then around this corner. It really wants to flip on you. Rotate the weight around.
So your last lap was a 1:06.9.
Oh, there we go. That's another weird corner too. Kind of throws you around. Right on, Jack. Have a good rest. All right, so they are kind of rubber banding back to me. But I'm not sure what happened because Team Volts, there's Gian Ferrari, and then there's another one. Obviously not there. Valentine Manzi. There we go. All right, so won that. That half jump, I know that was pretty risky. See, if I didn't have the springs the way they were, I might not have been able to make that. Who knows? I've definitely rolled this car. You can see I lost the front end there with how many times I hit the wall. All right, so something did happen to Valentine Manzi. So it is, I've had races where Manzi passed me right at the end, or I passed him right at the end. It's definitely dynamic. Let's see how much cost this race. Yeah, 5,600. So I did a lot of damage to the car there. Good earnings, but yeah, if I hadn't hit the wall so much, I would have made more. You can see my rookie trucks. My driver level is now 10. You can see that I'm unlocking stuff, but they're not real. They're just indicative of what it would look like there. Some new vehicle patterns. You'll unlock. I noticed that I unlock upgrades as we go as well. So who knows how that's all going to work there. All right. So that's the last one that I can show. So yeah. So that is it in a nutshell. If we want to, let me go back into the menu. So we can see how it loads back into the menu here. Not too bad. There's obviously this build wouldn't be everything. There's one other thing. So let's see. Damage level full. Terminal damage enabled. Let's go expert on the AI. So there's the stability mode, drift mode, counter steer assist. Automatically regulates body stability to make cornering easy. I have that on a 2. Traction control obviously reduces wheel spin. Have that on a 2. And then ABS prevents your car from locking under braking. The biggest shortcoming. So I don't know enough of what it would be. So my main thing is going to be the online. You've got 8 to 10 hours of a story mode. I'm going to have fun with that. I personally will. Not everyone will. I personally will. Then you've got a career mode that has 250 events. If I'm looking at that, that's maybe another 15 hours if you like career modes. But I don't know what the online's going to be like. That for any game, that's it. That's the bread and butter. That's what makes people buy it, because then your friends are playing it and you want to play it with them. That creates longevity. So I think for me, I don't see a shortcoming yet, but since I don't know what the online is, that's going to be the make or break for me. This game, is it a must buy at this point? I don't think so. But if the online works well, because at this point, the way this game is set up, it has the possibility to have a way better online system than Forza. The reason being is in my last video, I showed the race creator mode, which you can choose anything. You could mix and match and create custom races all you want, and you can load in immediately. So to me, that sounds like it could beat Forza with the online part. But if the netcode is not good, then what has this all been for? So let's see. Let's do this one. So at this point, there's just too much unknowns. I guess that would be my criticism, because before I noticed that some of the cars handled weird. Sometimes when you hit the wall, it was a little bit weird, and the curbs were still spinning you out. Those have been fixed in this build. Whether or not that's because this is a curated event list and I've only got 6 events, we'll have to see. So really, the main thing I'm looking at is the review copy. What's it going to look like? So let's take a look at some higher damage models here. I don't know how much it's going to, because obviously this is a real car. I don't know how much they want to protect the identity of a brand, but let's hit this guy. Nothing much there. All right, let's hit this guy. Not much there. That doesn't look like it is really doing a whole lot, at least on this car. It looks like the trophy truck is doing a lot more damage. Let's see. Yeah, it really didn't do much. Yeah, I can't really see much damage on there. How do I look at the front? You can kind of see. Oh, went off track. Well, that's kind of the damage model currently. I am going to get eliminated here. Oh yeah, I do actually. But we do have flashback. It's only going to go so far though, unfortunately. I was really messing around there for a bit, wasn't I? So that's one thing that's different between this and Forza. It only can go so far. And then from there, you've only got a certain amount of uses. Now you can change that in the online, where they're unlimited. I'm going to get eliminated. There we go. So you can kind of see it didn't do too much more for the damage model, but that would be one, you know, it would be nicer if it crumpled up a little bit more. So yeah. Yeah, the curbs and the walls, man. I don't know what that was all about, but this one did not seem to do that. Alrighty, so we're just a little bit over an hour on this video, so I am going to go ahead and call it a day on that. I will show you guys one more thing if you'd like. If you guys are interested. We've got the introduction videos to each character. So we have not yet met Ajit Singh. Now we've met him in a way, we've seen him, but he has not introduced himself. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. And there we go.
Ajit Singh.
What up, EPZ95? Thanks for the follow.
It's okay.
Taking a look at some exclusive first look of Grid Legends.
Now this is our new baby. Ultra Icon Mark III, but with a few upgrades. Full electric drive, active suspension, repositioned fuel cells. Look, you can see most of the weight is down here in the chassis. And this one This is an old friend from last season.
Costa
Jupiter
Rica,
San
nice.
Marino.
Welcome in, man.
I got
How
this
are you?
job by betting Marcus Addo I could make an old Eagle A Mark IV run faster than the Type 8. And I did it in under a week. Now I work on anything with an engine and a roll cage. Touring cars, muscle cars, open wheel. If it's grid legal, I can build it to win. Challenge is finding someone who can drive them all.
So you can tell this guy, you know, really cares about the cars. He seems like he's kind of a prodigy as well. But he just kind of convinced, like, it's kind of the same thing. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Having a good day. How about you? Oh, I guess I already asked. Yes. So we're looking at some exclusive content right now. I don't have to go to work till a little bit later, so that's always nice. But Ajit Singh, he seems to me like Marcus Addo basically looks at people's potential, and sometimes it's a hit, as the case of Ajit Singh or Yume. Sometimes it's a failure, like the past number 2 driver. So he's hoping with the case of what you're doing, you know, you're gonna prove right. All right, so here's Valentin Manzi.
Chop it all up if you want to go back over anything.
Yeah, all right.
Be great.
I hope I don't say anything stupid. Don't record anything stupid, yeah? What's your name? Tom. Tom. Lovely to meet you. Tom?
So this is like the Drive to
You're right
Survive
there.
kind of interviews.
Okay, let's get this started. Hi, I'm Valentin Manzi, and I'm a 10-time Grid World Champion. I'm just kidding. I've never actually won. I've come close, though.
So just kind of gives him the an idea of his personality.
A difficult result for Seneca 22 there.
Heard the new driver broke the tail off that Jimon.
Yeah, still haven't nailed down that new braking system yet.
Are you on board with this? Bringing in some amateur this close to the start of the season.
You were some amateur until Ada hired you.
Thought you had a Dumont to fix.
Obviously, they have. That's a little bit of an insight, I think, because that this part has not been in this build either. Seems like Ajit was the one that actually vouched for Yume as well, so that's kind of interesting. All right, one more. This is Nathan McCain. This is the lead driver for Raven West. Maybe you should have crashed her. She obviously doubts me, right? She doesn't think that I'm as great, you know, as I actually am, right? All right. So here's one last video, Nathan McCain.
The Grid World Series once again revs up its engines, and the Pro Series is the pinnacle of racing, where our teams need to stay in the safety zone and be one of the 8 teams to make it through to our show-stopping finale, the Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet.
How long is it going to take?
You just want to hate this guy.
Just word for me. Sorry, Tatum. Thank you.
That's lamer.
Nathan McCain interview, take 1.
Who's that guy? You seen this new lobster place down the road? You get to choose which one you kill. You go to this big, like, box where they're all in. It's all blue and gnarly, and you're like, I want to kill that guy. Do I kill it? No, I'm not an animal. Okay, let's get going.
Okay. Do you want to say your name and introduce yourself?
They know who I am. Hi, I'm Nathan McCain, 5-time Grid Series World Champion. Soon to be 6 times, and that's a new record.
Soon to be. I don't think so, buddy. They also hate on me a little bit here.
Hey.
Yeah, he is.
Get to second place if you can, but you stay behind Nate.
Team orders.
Am I clear? Yes?
Fine. Whatever.
Hey, my favorite nephew. So what's with the,
Nephew,
with the camera
too.
crew?
I don't know. We're making some kind of documentary about the grid.
Actually, it's about Seneca.
Oh, wow. I think I'd rather eat my own face.
So they're not as good. To me, I don't think they're as good at actors as the Team Seneca actors, but I still want to see it. I want to see, because the second driver, obviously, at Raven West, if she's at Raven West, then she's clearly good. But she seems a little frustrated. You know, she doesn't seem like she wants to be, you know, number 2, right? All right, so that'll be it for today. Go ahead and pull the music back up. And she's the Bottas of the story, yes. They're being cheesy, corny bad guys. That's exactly it. And really, you have to push it because you want to hate these guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back to lo-fi. There we go. Ah, much more soothing. There it is. That's a little too soothing. All right, so we'll still go right out. Knuckles Burridge, thanks for the follow there. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Rick at Red Bull, that would be it too. Yeah, like as actually doing pretty good. The alcoholic haircut, I like it. Let me make sure I got all this correctly. So let's raid out. Let's see if anybody else is playing Grid Legends, and let's see what they think about it. I'm curious if there is anybody else on right now. So yeah, so there's a few people on. Let's take a look. Nope, he's just chatting. So let's go here. This guy, I believe I recognize his name from YouTube, actually. Let's raid out. So go follow him. Let him know what you think about the game, and let's see what he thinks so far. The team boss. He is, yeah. The dude, you just want to hate him. You want to hate everybody on that. They were just racing each other hard. Yeah, it's a little bit less cut and dry, because at this point, it'd be like if Danny Rick was there when Max had already been a champion, because obviously that guy's been a champion five times. He's their moneymaker. He's Lewis, you know, in this instance, just a really cocky Lewis, as opposed to a humble, more at least on the outside. So it looks like this guy's got a pretty good little setup here. Let's go raid him. A blessed Lewis. There you go. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This will be a VOD. I'll save it. I'm going to upload it to YouTube as well. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. I guess for the YouTube video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And then you can check out my Twitch. It will be linked in here. So give me a follow on Twitch as well if you're checking that out. And if you guys live on Twitch, let's go say hi to, I guess that's Kuru. I'm not sure. I've not watched him yet, but we're about to watch him now. Their new driver next to Russell. Hey, we're getting pretty close, right? We're getting pretty close to it. So it'll be soon. Don't worry. All right. See you guys later. Thanks a lot, guys.